Yeah, Ohio State's starting to heat up. Here at Sharpe Sports, we've been bringing you some videos going over some massive recruiting rumors surrounding the Buckeyes, but today we got some actual commitments. 4 of the nation's top players on both sides of the ball just committed to the Buckeyes over Easter weekend, and so today we're gonna be taking a look at a couple of them. So all my Buckeye fans, leave this video a like, hit that subscribe button, and turn on your notifications. We're dropping videos every single day, and anytime anything happens with the Buckeyes, we're gonna keep you up to date over here at Sharpe Sports. I love and appreciate all y'all. Now let's take a look at the recruits that just became newly crowned Buckeyes. 3, 2, 1. So starting it off, the Buckeyes landed one of the best wide receivers that I have ever seen coming out of high school. This is Desi Jones. He is 6 foot, 180 pounds, and he's ranked as a 4-star wide receiver, but in my eyes, he's actually a 5-star wide receiver. Let's run this back. This is an absolutely beautiful route. Where you going? So, unfortunately, I'm actually re-recording this part of the highlights. I normally don't watch the players' highlights before I react to them and really break them down, but forgot to screen record. So this is me rewatching them. So I already know everything about this kid. This kid, in my eyes, is a 5-star wide receiver. I don't know what else you would try and see from a 5-star kid. This is what a 5-star wide receiver should look like. Look at how beautiful that this route is. Being able to switch up your speeds is so important as a wide receiver. Look at, he just quickly gets off the line, breaks to the corner like he's about to run this corner route to get this safety to come over top, and then boom, breaks out of that and explodes out of that to hit the post. That is what a wide receiver should be able to do, is mix up the speed of their release. This kid just has every type of release move that you could ever want. Boom, where you going? Just got him, looking crazy, and the body control. Desi Jones to me is a 5-star wide receiver. I know that the class of 2025 has some really solid wide receivers. To me, this is what a 5-star wide receiver should look like. A guy who can consistently get open against quality competition, has elite size. I mean, 6 foot 180 is solid size. Solid measurables overall, but the getting open, like, to me, he is what Marvin Harrison Jr. looked like, just a smaller version of Marvin Harrison Jr. coming out of high school. This route is just disgusting. First off, this is just not the defense you want to see when you're in a 2 wide receiver set. Like, you might want to run against this with 3 down linemen, but this just sucks. You got a corner that's going to be following you the whole time. You got this linebacker that can be playing underneath. They can play in the flat. You can't really do anything underneath. And then you got 2 safeties over top that you got to worry about. But look at how beautifully he runs this route. He fakes to the outside to make this inside release a lot more realistic. Then he breaks to the post like he's about to run some skinny post and try and fit this in here. And then boom, as soon as he sees that safety bite, breaks it out to the corner. Phenomenal route running. That's something where on paper, he's supposed to run a corner route. He does all the little things to get himself open in that corner route. Where you going? To me, Desi Jones is a 5-star wide receiver, and I'm excited to see what he looks like for the Buckeyes, because we already know that Brian Hartline's going to develop this kid beautifully. He's going to wide receiver U, and he's going to be something special for the Buckeyes. Next up, we actually have Desi Jones's teammate, Deshawn Stewart Jr. He is 6'2", 185 pounds. He's a 4-star safety. I think this kid's gonna end up playing nickel because he is built perfectly for it. He's rangy, he's got the size, and the way that he fights through the catch is immaculate. Look at this play. Wide receiver comes down with that, and he just keeps punching at the hands. All my young DBs, if you want to get really good at getting pass breakups, don't focus on the eyes. I know a lot of DB coaches like, look at the wide receiver's eyes. When their eyes get big, that's when they're gonna make a play. I don't know about y'all. I don't know how you're seeing people's eyes when you're running at full speed. Punch through the hands. Pay attention to the hands. Every single wide receiver, they have to catch the ball with their hands. Punch through their hands, and you'll make way more pass breakups. But this kid, Deshawn Stewart Jr., he's just a flat out rangy DB. He's bigger too, 6'2" and 185 pounds. He's got enough speed to be able to keep up with these speedy slot receivers. He's also got enough size to be able to go up against slightly bigger tight ends. I mean, he's not like a 6'3", 220-pound safety, but he can definitely get it done. The way that he plays through contact is phenomenal. And now you're about to start seeing a couple of the reasons why this kid can flat out come down and lay a hit if he needs to. Deshawn Stewart, he is one of the best tackling DBs in the class of 2025, and it shows on his tape. He's just folding kids in half. Now getting into a couple of the heavy hitters, the Buckeyes landed the 10th best defensive lineman in the class of 2025. This is London Meritt. He is 6'2.5", 250 pounds, and this is just a beautiful defensive line talent. This kid can flat out get after the quarterback. Extremely strong. He does a great job of using his hands and his strength to really get into the backfield. He's not a guy that just tries to just bully guys with his size. He really does know how to get into the backfield in more than one way. I mean, look at that swim move to get back over top. That's beautiful. There's one play in particular that I'm excited to show y'all because it really shows you the type of player that London Meritt could end up being. It's this play right here. Watch everybody else on the offensive line. Look at how they get pushed. And then look at how London Meritt absolutely blows this kid 3, 4, 5, 6 yards back. Watch this. Boom, where you going? And then just throws him away. That push-pull move is crazy. Boom, where you going? Throws him away. Now it's time to go hunt after the quarterback. Doesn't give up on the play and gets that chase down sack. Like, this kid is going to be something elite for the Buckeyes. Where you're going to just throw him away and then finish the play. And last but certainly not least, the Buckeyes landed the 7th best linebacker in the class of 2025. This is 6'2", 210-pound Tarvos Altin. Tarvos Alford. It's kind of a hard name to rolls off the tongue a little bit weird, but my guy Tarvos, this kid, he's exactly what the modern day linebacker is. He is a 6 foot, barely over the 200 linebacker pounds, where he can cover, he can either play pass coverage, run, he can come off the edge as an edge rusher. He's kind of that hybrid do-it-all. He's just a bigger nickel that can also put his hand in the dirt if he ever needed to. I think that his best bet would actually be to bulk up a little bit more and become a true interior linebacker, because I think his play is more predicated around that. But other than that, I mean, this kid overall, he does a good job of getting that first step quickness. I want to see him wrap up and drive his legs a little bit more with some of these tackles, and also attack the line of scrimmage a little bit quicker. But other than that, this kid has all the measurables that you're looking for in the very high tier profile linebacker. He's a top 75 player in the country. He can get past offensive linemen. Overall, I think this kid's gonna be very solid for the Buckeyes. So those are the 4 players that just recently committed to the Buckeyes over Easter weekend. I need to hear from y'all. Comment your thoughts down below on who you guys are most excited that you landed. I'm kind of surprised, but for me, it's hands down, without a question, Desi Jones. I know that Ohio State has all the wide receiver talent in the world. I know that they have more 5-star wide receivers than they know what to do with. I think that Desi Jones is something special. You don't see high school wide receivers having that level of understanding of releases, how to get off press coverage, how to get open 5, 10, 15 yards down into your route. Desi Jones knows how to do all of that. His route running is immaculate. He's able to get in and out of his breaks effortlessly. And then on top of that, he has one of the nastiest release bags I've ever seen out of a high school recruit. Like I said, he reminds me a lot of what Marvin Harrison Jr. was doing coming out of high school. And I thought that Marvin Harrison Jr. should have been a 5-star wide receiver. He ended up being a 4-star wide receiver. Don't get me wrong. The 6'3", 210-pound wide receivers that run 4.3 and have a 40-inch vertical, those are great wide receivers. But once that athleticism goes, or once they go up against athletes that can do the same thing as them, they struggle a lot. Desi Jones, whether he's going up against a corner that can run 4.2, or he's going up against a linebacker that can hit harder than a Mack truck, he's gonna know how to get open in any situation. That's why, for me, Desi Jones is my favorite player that you guys picked up out of these 4 players over Easter weekend. But again, I want to hear from y'all. Comment your thoughts down below. Leave this video a like and hit that subscribe button. Hey, I re-recorded this video twice for y'all. I know it's frustrating on my end because I want to give you guys a genuine reaction, so it can get a little bit tough whenever you have to re-record it, but I try to give you guys the best breakdown, hype you guys up a little bit. But in all honesty, I think that these 4 guys are going to be something special for the Buckeyes. So all you guys, comment your thoughts down below, hit that subscribe button. Anything that happens with the Buckeyes, you know we're going to be covering over here at Sharpe Sports. And with all that being said, I love and appreciate each and every single last one of y'all. Nobody has told you this today. You matter, and you are making a positive impact on this world. If you feel stuck in your life, if you feel like there's a verse in the Bible, and there's it's one of the disciple, or what are they called? one of the apostles, not apostles, the people that rode around with Jesus. They were like, why do I keep doing the thing? Why can't I do the things I want to do? And why can't I stop doing the things that I know I shouldn't be doing? And Jesus said, and then I forget who it is, but he's like, remove this thorn from my side. And pretty much what it was, what Jesus said is like, that thorn in your side keeps you coming back to me when you don't need it. Like, it's like the things that go on in our lives, always remember that the reason that they happen is not because Jesus himself is doing them, but it's because when we're doing things in our own, or trying to do things in our own strength, normally that's going away from Jesus. And so those things happening is like, hey, Jesus is like, hey, I'm here. I can take that out of your life. You don't have to deal with addictions anymore. You don't have to deal with hurt anymore. You don't have to deal with loneliness anymore. Jesus is trying to take those things off of us. And that's why it always feels weird whenever we go through them, because like, why am I feeling this? And why do I feel like I need to have this coming to Jesus moment? Well, it's because you probably do need to have a coming to Jesus moment. Always remember that. Know that you don't have to say anything fancy, and there's no special prayer that you have to say to get God's attention. He's already right there with you. He's been going through everything that you've been going through, and he knows exactly what you're dealing with. All he wants to do is just have a relationship with you. Always remember that. I'm gonna appreciate all y'all, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Ciao.